I'm going to invite my guest, Chris Gibson. Chris Gibson, he's over 500,000 followers on YouTube. He has more than 10 million views on YouTube. He's a really big personality on the skincare over here. And he's going to be sharing with us his tips to be more young, more strong, and more beautiful. So, Chris.
All
Hi,
right.
Chris. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What time is now right now in Florida?
7:30 ish.
And where in Florida are you? You told me
Uh,
earlier, but
yeah, it's St. Pete, Tampa, St. Pete, the west coast of Florida.
oh, nice. That's nice. Today's hot. How is the weather?
It's actually nice today for a change.
Nice, very nice. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for being here with us on Sunday. Already at nighttime over there. Over here is 4:30
Right.
in UK. I appreciate like you be here with and be live with Dani Ke'lly, my brand new channel. I do contents in LA and also Brazil, so I have this exchange from Brazilians from
Right.
Rio de Janeiro. You love the beauty industry. We are fascinated. And then thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Chris, I saw that your profile that you have over 1 million followers and more than 10 million views. How it feels like for you to be like so now such a guru on that
Huh.
beauty industry?
I just try to keep it real with everybody. It's not really I don't even think about the numbers, it's nice with the way I do things. It feels one-on-one anyway. So, I don't pay too much attention to the the actual amount of people. It is nice to be at this point where I have a lot of reach, where I'm able to help a lot of people. So that's great. That was the goal all along, was just to be able to helpful to people. So yeah, I mean, it feels like an accomplishment, obviously, but um, I'm just going to keep growing. I hope, the right people find me and the information they need, and then they share that out, and that's just really what it's all about. So,
Yes, it's good to have some guidance because today's we have so many products and
right,
a lot of things coming across to us, information like when you open social media and have all these products coming, dropping your feed, and you don't know more what to do because everybody is saying, I'm excellent. Now I'm going to help you. I'm going to solve your problem. But
right,
and you end up at the end of the day buying more than what you need. So, what's
right.
your advice for those people like me, myself?
Okay, I'm just as bad. At least I turned it into something where I'm actually helping people with it. I like the next best thing too. So I'm a skincare formulist. I've been doing skincare for 38 years. It's a really long time, but they're always coming out with new ingredients, new ways of addressing skin issues. Um, so I think you have to, if you find something that works for you, you stick with it. You don't necessarily have to keep changing to get better and better results. There are a lot of skincare products that are the same ingredients. It's just a different brand name.
Mhm.
So I don't encourage people to go crazy. You can do too much to your skin at once. So I try to make sure that I keep that balance. So it's hard because reviewing different products, everybody thinks, well, I need that product because he reviewed it. And I don't bash other brands, so I don't come on and talk about stuff that doesn't work necessarily unless it was harmful or something like that. You just have to keep it in your budget, and then you find things that work for you, stick with the routine, because it really is about consistency. When people talk about why I look the way I do at this age, I always talk about sunscreen because I learned that early, but I
Mhm.
also talk about how consistent I've been with the skincare and with fitness and with diet over the years. So that's one thing I can be very disciplined about, is those type of lifestyle choices. So that's really what it is. It's like you don't have to have 15 different products to have great skin, healthy skin. You don't have to keep changing to something new, um, unless it's serving a purpose, like you're treating something specifically and there's something new for that, then yeah, sure, that's fine. But just like if you were going to the dermatologist to be treated for a skin issue, they're not going to throw a bunch of different stuff at you. Like every
No,
time you go visit, you're not going
no.
to get a different product to try. So it's really the way you have to do it. Otherwise, you end up with a drawer full of stuff just like I have. And most people have. I call the drawer of no return. You spent so much money on the products, you don't want to throw them away because it costs money, but you're not using them either. So they just sort of sit in there till they expire, and then you throw them away.
Yes, it is like it's not difficult to keep that on the budget, and also like not of the temptation to go and try a new products because they all look so amazing, and then the results, the way all the market is so heavy right now,
Yeah,
especially to the beauty, like you have to look certain way, for even for work and also for your daily basis.
right.
So I believe that today we have this kind of we have to follow certain rules, right, in order to be on the compact beauty standards, and it's being I see that people really anxious to always feel in on this how can I say, fill in, how they will expect it to be perceived. So
Right.
it's and it's difficult. It's not easy. And even though we have a lot of products, a lot of different ways to treat ourselves,
Right.
I would love you to give us a advice. One thing I have a question for you. Okay, it's not about the treatment, or it's not about treatment, but about products. What do you think about the ice? Now the ice in the morning when you put your face on the ice.
That
What?
is that's a very inexpensive way to do skincare.
Yes.
It it does work. I mean, that's an ice therapy. It does help remove. The reason that people do it in the morning is that usually after you slept all night, you tend to have some lymph drainage needs going on underneath your eyes, and you get puffy looking.
Yes.
Especially if you sleep on one side all night or the other, you tend to have that puffiness. And when you splash the cold water bath or you dip your face into ice water, it forces that lymph fluid to go away. It also increases your circulation, the superficial circulation in your skin,
Yeah.
which
Uh-huh.
gives it a rosy glow, kind of wakes everything up. So it does work. Is it comfortable? No. Do you get used to it? Never. But just like they have for health benefits of the ice bath that people do, the cold plunges, it's a similar type of thing. It's gonna speed up circulation. It's gonna wake things up. It's gonna help remove a lot of that puffiness, and your face is gonna look really refreshed. So it does work.
So can we take like 10 years of age if you continue doing that?
Well, I don't think it'll do that, but it's a quick fix. I've done a video on that actually a while back. I did it on camera. Um, Again, if you get a result from it that you really like and you want to do that every morning, it's not gonna, as long as you're not putting ice cubes on your face, you don't want to do that. You don't want to burn the skin because you can do that with ice. But if it's working for you and you like the results, it's an all natural way to kind of tone up and wake up the skin. So it
Okay.
does work.
So, for mature age, because you're getting mature age, that's what I say. I see you talk about, how to get on
About as
this
mature
age.
age as you can get.
Yeah. So, what's your advice? Like, how is your morning routine? How will you start your morning routine? And then
Um,
tell me, like, during the day and at the nighttime, what we should do before I go to bed.
okay.
But how is it right now? Because I know people are going, I wash my face, I put moisturizer. Well, what's your advice? Like, what's really, really good for now at this moment right now?
All right. So if we're looking at what I do, which is because of my age, I don't have as oily skin as I used to. I do not typically wash my face in the morning. I use a warm to hot washcloth to steam the skin, open the pores, you know, have them dilate so any oil or that's built up overnight comes out. If you're using a slugging material or
Mhm.
something oily on your skin, like a treatment, then you would want to wash your face in the morning. But generally speaking, you don't have to do that, especially as you get older, because you don't want to strip away the natural oil that's there.
Mhm.
So
So
mornings
you
for
should
me are very,
not washing all the time, is that right?
yeah, I at night always, always, always cleansing at night, always for everybody. You should cleanse your skin, especially if you wear cosmetics, but you want to get the day's dirt, bacteria, extra oil, any product off your skin
Mhm.
um, every single evening before you go to bed or before you do your nighttime skincare routine. So basically, for daytime for me, it's a vitamin C serum, a Gerline, which is a peptide treatment, and a moisturizer, and of course sunscreen. So for me, it's very simple. Um, if I'm treating something like I have some extra puffiness or darkness, I'll use a caffeine serum because those
Mhm.
work very, very well. But simple is good. You don't have to have a trillion products on your skin. Um, if you're trying to treat dark spots, there are some skincare acids. You know, about every 3 days, I do an exfoliation acid as part of my skincare routine that stays on the skin, glycolic acid, just to help keep the cellular turnover going pretty quickly, so I don't get a buildup of dead skin. And then at night again, it's cleansing, and then that's the heavier part of my skincare routine. I use
Ah,
exosomes, you know, that's where your retinol would go on, or your copper peptides or things like that. In the nighttime, you want to take advantage of your body's clock. At night is a natural repair cycle that our body goes through, including the skin. Starts
yeah.
about 9 o'clock at night and goes to about 3 in the morning.
Oh, I didn't know.
So you wanna take advantage of that with your skincare products at night. Um, and then, just making sure you keep your skin hydrated. Hydration is a big thing. Even if you live in a climate that's humid like I do, things are air conditioned, so the air inside is dry. So your
Mhm.
skin still gets dry, even though it might be very humid outside. So you want to keep your skin moisturized. That's really important.
Oh, I see. I see. How about melasma? I have melasma. So melasma always appear, disappears. How about melasma? What's your advice for people with melasma?
Um, there are a lot of different skincare acids that work well for that problem.
Mhm.
You apply as a serum. Um, alpha arbutin is a good one. Uh, you can get that by itself. There are preparations like Good Molecules has a great discoloration serum that has niacinamide, it has kojic acid, tranexamic acid, those type of acids in that formulation that help to lighten those areas right away, but to help your skin manage melanin production where it's not overproducing in that area.
Oh,
So it not only helps improve what you have going on, it helps prevent you from having it come back. So there are a lot of azelaic acid, especially with that particular problem of melasma, is very, very good. Um, it's anti-inflammatory too, so it kind of calms the skin down, and it also helps manage that melanin production in that area of the skin you're applying it. The great news, all of these are very inexpensive. Now, 20
find them
bucks
on the
US,
counter.
yeah, yeah, it's not expensive, but it really helps with melasma.
Yeah,
It
because
really does.
it's really like in my tone skin, I always get dark. The white spots is kind of crazy, but I try to keep it with this sunscreen and then
Yeah.
get out of the sun. But it's not
Right.
easy. Um, okay, so from all this expertise you have, all this information, advice you have for skin, you must come from a very hard time in your life, so you can go deep on the skin and to the health
Yeah.
products. So who is Chris?
Yeah.
Who is Chris?
So that if you're asking me how I got into all of this,
Yes.
I had early onset acne as a teen. So I started having skin breakouts at 11.
Oh.
And so, that had been a problem in my family with scarring in the previous generation. So, of course, they whisked me to the dermatologist right away. And so we tried antibiotics. We kept it somewhat under control, but it never really went away. And then as I got into my 20s, I still had the problem. And it was a cystic form of acne that can really leave some scarring if it gets out of hand. So it was really the pressure of it not clearing up on its own, I took Accutane twice.
Mhm.
Um, it would help while I was on it, but you can't stay on that drug forever. And so when I would be off of it within a month, it would return. So it forced
Yeah.
me to look outside the box.
Okay.
So I figured out some things. I learned about herbs. That's how I got into holistic approach of all of this in the beginning. I learned about fasting. I learned about the role sugar uh, and dairy play in people who have where your immune system attacks the bacteria. So everybody has that acne bacteria is on everybody's skin. Everybody has it. It
Yes.
helps break down and digest the oil that we produce. But some people's immune system thinks it's an infection, and that's how you end up with the problems that you end up with. So we know now that if you want a lot of antibiotics, that your gut health is probably off. Mine was. So I
Mm-hmm.
took sugar out of my. I went on a 3-day fast, took sugar out of my diet, dairy out of my diet, and for the first time since I've been 11, this is almost 10, 12 years of acne already because I'm in my 20s. It went away. It stopped.
Wow.
Completely
Very
cleared up.
good.
So
Destroy the
so
poison.
I yeah, so I was hooked on the fact that the human body could do that. Now this is the 80s, so there's no internet and there's no vitamin shop or any of that stuff. So I had to do a lot of reading and researching at the library, and that's what got started. So I always say when you're passionate about something, there's usually a reason, like when it has to come with health. Um, so because I learned early, and I had really great dermatologists, I learned a lot from them as well about exfoliation. I learned about sunscreen early. I was one of the few people at that time slathering sunscreen all over myself. My friends didn't do it. When
Mm-hmm.
they see me now and I visit, they wish they had, because some of them have had skin cancers removed and all of that. So we're a lot smarter now about diet and
Yes.
probiotics and sugar, too much sugar in the diet, and glycemic spikes and all of that stuff. We know more now than we knew then. But I wrote a book on it in 2004, what I had been through, a booklet. We were doing other books for business type books, publishing books. And
Mm-hmm.
so my business partner's wife wanted to know why I didn't look 40 at 40. And we were talking about this. She said, you really should put something out about that. Because I struggled with acne as a teen, and none of that stuff worked for me either. I just had to outgrow it. So we put a little booklet together and put it out with the other stuff, and it took off.
Wow. How
Like
many?
overnight, took off. Like thousands of copies, digital copies of that sold. Uh, and so, long story short, it became a paperback, then it became a hardcover that we sold as a company, and then it got picked up by Barnes and Noble, and I got on television, and
And
that
then
was
the
crazy.
power.
That
That's
was crazy
crazy.
time. Yeah, I was on TV for all over the place for about 4 years,
That's
talking
crazy.
about antibiotic use, because MRSA was a thing in the mid 2000s. They were discovering the superbugs from overuse of antibiotics.
Yes.
So it was very controversial. There were a lot of doctors that were like, that's not true. There were a lot of doctors that it was true. And so I was just talking about my experience.
Uh-huh.
And so the book was not about how to, the book was like about what happened, And so it was an interesting time
Mm-hmm.
to be on television talking about what I went through, because it still was a really big problem for a lot of folks. It still is a large problem for a lot of folks. A
It's
lot of
real.
people have later life acne, late onset acne, where their hormones begin to change and they get that buildup of dead skin I'm talking about.
I
It's
do now. I
microscopic.
do now. I'm older. I do now.
It's
Yes.
microscopic. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
you may not even think you have that problem, but it starts blocking the pores. They start getting breakouts. And then, why am I getting breakouts at 40? Or
Yes.
45? That's crazy. Why am I? Because of that. So I have to teach about exfoliation and speeding the skin cell turnover back up and making sure that you're using products that agree with your skin, and your skin's chemistry changes as you get older. So some things that may have worked well for you in your 20s may not be working so well for you at 40 or
No, that's why
60.
you need you guys like you guys
Yeah.
with technology, all the technology for to
Yeah.
help because yeah, I'm one that when I was younger, I didn't have no scars, no, nothing. today I'm building up. What's going on with me? Now I'm supposed to stop everything, and I don't understand. So now you have to rush to keep up with all this information, also the new technology, new products. Do you have your online? Have you?
I have, yeah, there's a lot going on with that. I have a very small skincare line that we've been working on probably for 6 years. It's not retail. It has a website. And my online community, it tends to be the folks that use it the most. I talk about it on the channel every once in a while. The problem is the channel's so big now that it sells out of it. Like the company that carries it sells out of it. So we're getting there with the skincare. I'm about to release supplements um, called replenishment mode, which are going to be the things I talk about on the channel that I take, like vitamin K2 and D3, collagen peptides in the diet. It's going to be those type of products. So yeah, there's a lot going on with all of that. It's
So
um,
that's
but
amazing. Uh,
yeah, but I mean, my main focus is definitely the YouTube channel. That's how I reach people, and they get to see someone who walks the talk.
yes.
They get to look and see me. And it's still a lot of conjecture about whether I'm telling the truth about my age or not, which is ridiculous, but it still happens. There's an entire Reddit about
Do
that.
you show your ID, like if they have to
I've done
advertise?
that in a couple of videos. I took my passport because I'm not going to put my address up on the internet. So I took my passport, and there were still a few diehards that go, well, then you had that printed, it's fake or whatever. You got those people, um, but yeah, I think it's helpful to have somebody who's talking through experience. That's just, if that makes me unique. It does. Well, one of my guy in that space, which is unique anyway, um, because I'm an esthetician, so I don't talk too much about makeup. Although I do talk about foundations and things and the effect they have on your skin.
Yeah.
Um, but it's really more healthy skin looks good. Unhealthy skin does not look good.
No, that's
So
good.
that's what I really spend the most time talking about.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see that people cannot, like, they don't believe that you have the age and then you look so good. But for you look that good, you need to have the whole package. Like you have to work out, right? You need to
Yeah.
have a good nutrition, exercise, and also eating good. So what do you do your regular routine? Like exercise, how many times a week? What do you
Oh,
eat? Tell us
I'm always
everything about it.
as you get older, what you learn is that if you don't move it, it stops working. So, so I do a lot of exercise, a lot of walking. I cycle. I don't run anymore because I don't have arthritis or those kind of problems, and I don't want to get that. But I am older, so I have a Peloton. I bike in the house. It's Florida. I don't like the heat, so I don't bike outside.
You bike
You
with
know,
your AC on, right?
yes, with the AC on, and so I lift weights, light weights. I'm not really too much about having to put on more muscle now. It's flexibility, a lot of stretching exercises, a lot of stretching, a lot of stretching, a lot of movement. I'll be in the kitchen making something, and I'll do squats. Like I'll just do
Wow.
5 deep knee squat. I'm always moving. You think about a cat. You know how cats stay completely limber their entire life.
Yes.
They're always
It's
doing
right.
what? They're always stretching. So
It's
stretching is very, very important. All the time, at any age, stretching is important, especially if you work out, so you don't get sports injuries. Really important to keep your flexibility, keep your balance,
Mm-hmm.
and to keep, if something isn't moving, the circulation isn't either. So in order to keep everything,
Mm-hmm.
in balance is really important.
Okay. So, besides that, the nutrients, then also exercising and all the body routine. Do you go to any kind of, have you done any surgery before? Any kind of
No.
plastic surgery? Nothing?
No, everything that I've tested and tried out has been non-invasive. So
Mm-hmm.
there'll be a new video coming out on something called M-Face, which is a device that uses RF therapy, radio frequency therapy, along with heat and also magnetic energy that moves the muscles and
It's
rebuilds the muscle. I talk a lot about, on the channel, I talk a lot about facial yoga, facial exercises to keep your skin taut and nice and tight. So this device helps do that for you.
okay.
So I've just finished that. There's some pretty spectacular before and after pictures from that device that are going to be in that video. I've had the microneedling. There's a new microneedling. It's sort of Morpheus 8. A lot of people know that one. It's a similar type of treatment. It's a higher end than Morpheus 8. I do believe in microneedling, microinfusion,
Yes.
to pierce the very outer layer of the skin lightly to get products to go into the skin, and
Go
also
in.
to turn on the mitochondria in the cell so that you get stronger, healthier skin cells that live longer. So, that combined with the exosome therapy, which is to keep it simple scientifically, it's a molecular way of helping the skin cells talk to each other. The communication between cells really can help a lot of people with skin lax issues, where there's no elasticity anymore, or thinning skin. Thin
Yeah.
skin issues. A lot of folks, as they get older, get trouble with the thinning skin, the loss of collagen. I don't have that.
And the
I take
sag, that's
collagen.
what I feel sometimes over here.
Yeah,
What should we do?
yeah.
The yoga massage?
Yeah, that and retinol is very helpful. Retinoic acid, which is retinol or retin-A, the prescription version, or exosomes, to help keep that collagen production up in the skin and skin thickness. Guys have a little bit of a break because we tend to have thicker skin. But as you get older, if elderly folks, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, skin can get very thin.
Yeah,
So
yes.
you want to make sure your nutrition is kept where it needs to be to help with that. Again, peptides. And you can get peptides naturally from beef, fish, chicken. Um, you know, there's plant phenols that are polyphenols that are very good for the skin and collagen production to help you not lose as much. And then again, hydration, water is super important.
Water,
Hydration,
yeah.
lots
Everybody
of
says
water.
drink a lot, lots of water. Water, protection, right?
Right.
And the vitamins. Do you have any advice about vitamins to
I
take?
generally, supplementation is a bit of a crapshoot for a lot of people. If you're on medications, certain vitamins can affect them. So I always tell folks, if you have a medical doctor, it's good to get them to test you for deficiencies so you know what you need. Most people, a multivitamin, a good multivitamin with vitamins and that type of vitamin is going to be enough. If your diet is well rounded, if you're eating complex carbohydrates, leafy greens, lean meats or fish, olive oil, if you're doing those things, you're going to be getting most of what you need, that you're going to need. The one thing that everybody seems to be short on is vitamin D3. So vitamin D3 is the D vitamin you get from the sun, but it's also the one you need the most for bone health and for cancer prevention. So I take a vitamin D3 plus K2. K2, there's K1 and K2. K2 is a vitamin, helps your body manage calcium
Yes.
so that it helps, especially for the ladies, it helps keep the calcium in the bones, and for the guys, in the bones and out of the arteries, which is what we don't want. Calcium buildup, the hardening of the arteries, that's calcium. Calcification areas in the brain, it really does help keep calcium moving along molecularly where it needs to be, bioavailable to your bones, to your cartilage, to all of those, to your collagen production, all of that. So those are the main ones, you know.
Okay. I
And then
keep that.
omega threes, of course. I
Oh,
take
yeah.
omega threes. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, when people like they doubt about your age, right?
Hmm.
The way you look so good, and they keep you ask you questions, how do you answer them? Because some people are very invasive. They're like, oh no, I cannot believe. How do you answer on the nice way? Because I don't know, like, for you can prove, right? That like, wow, how can you
Well, yeah,
do this?
it's interesting. The younger the person, the more open they are to what I have to say. Oddly enough, to the person who's older, I think it's like, well, how come you look like that and I don't,
It's
type of thing.
skeptical, right?
Yeah. And so they are much more skeptical. I mean, younger folks know they need to work out. It's a lot, again, there's a lot more education on that than there used to be.
Yes.
So people have a general idea about what they need to do for their health, and generationally, people are doing better, like
Yeah.
with alcohol and stuff like that. So, you know, I usually have to pull out the ID, which I'll do on a one-on-one thing. I'm not going to put that up online. I mean, truly, you could find, I mean, you can find anything you want to about anybody, but it's just like, there are a few of them. There are a few trolls out there that get really been. You must be using filters, or you had a
People,
facelift, or something. I'm like, I don't use filters. I haven't had a facelift. Now the channel is big enough that people will just, if someone puts something like that out, they'll jump on it. I don't even have to say anything.
nice. They go come
He
out
really
there.
is that age. He showed his ID on the. Yeah, they get to talk about that. It's like whatever.
I love it. I love it. Tell me, have you been to Brazil? Have you?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
We love Brazil. Brazil will love to work out, take care of self. It's like in Miami, right?
Right.
Florida.
I
You
have a
know
lot of
what
friends.
Brazilians? Huh?
I have a lot of friends from there here. There are a lot of
Yes.
folks from Brazil and Florida. So
Yes.
yeah, I have several friends that we have a couple of Brazilian owned restaurants here that are amazing.
So you love Brazilian
Um,
food.
the grass fed beef and all that. It's really good. So
That's true.
yeah, and the
Yes.
wines and the wines. They have really these selections of wines that are insane.
Wines
It's like
and
wow.
caipirinha. And caipirinha too, right? Caipirinha.
Yeah.
Cacata. That's
Yep.
really good.
Yep. Yep.
That's really
Yep.
good. Um,
Yes.
so when people want to approach you for consultation, some kind of advice, do you give the consultation
I
for?
do I do a few. Usually it's through the community. I have a online community called Skin So Fabulous. So it's a free thing, but it's an app on your phone plus it's the community and they all talk to each other and share stuff. And when I have time, I'll do 4 or 5, maybe in a month. I only do that because it keeps me in touch with
Mhm.
people one on one and what's going on.
Yes.
And I learn a lot. I learn a lot from those. Because you can get caught in your own bubble of
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
Because I'm constantly talking to brands, I'm constantly testing things out. The technology now, the in-home technology for skincare is crazy.
Crazy.
Uh, Stuff that you can do that you used to have to go to the spa or salon or the doctor to do, you can do at home.
Hmm.
So I spend a lot of time on that sort of research. But
Hmm.
yeah, I do a few. I'm going to be instituting a live like once a month on
Nice.
YouTube, a YouTube live where it's a Q and A. They can come on there and throw stuff at
Asking
me,
questions.
kind of
Yes.
like you're doing. Just throw stuff at me, and I answer it.
Have you had before any kind of emergency, someone who's following you and they try some kind of products and didn't come into the right results? Have you been experienced some kind of just people like come, oh, I tried this product, it doesn't work out. What should I do? Have you been faced this
Yeah.
kind of situation before?
Well, yeah. I mean, those questions come up because not one thing works for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
To avoid problems, I preach on the channel the patch testing. Always patch test something you've never used before, even if the ingredient may be similar, it's a different formula. 48 hours, make sure nothing happens. It's much easier to do it on the inner elbow than have it on your face or neck.
Yes.
So, you can always put something on that area and calm that down, a rash. So I talk
Yeah.
about that a lot, patch testing. Um, I also talk a lot about patience when it comes to skincare topicals because the skin you see on the surface of your skin is more than 90 days old.
Oh,
Not, it's been on the surface of your skin a
yeah.
few hours because the cells are always peeling off. But
Yes.
it takes about 60 to 90 days of anything you're doing to your skin, like a retinol or the exosomes or any of these things, for you to begin to see the results because that skin is being formed newly in the
Mm,
deeper layers and it moves up. That's how
I
skin does. It moves up. So that's when when people start to see the results, it's amazing because it looks better. It's like it's all of a sudden it just started looking better. Yeah, because that's the skin you've been treating is now finally visible.
I
And
see.
that's the bad thing about the promises that a lot of brands allude to. The only thing that's going to give you an instant result is a concealer
Oh.
or a foundation. You want to look, I mean, that's it. You know, there isn't a product you're going to drop on your skin and it's going to be like the movie, just doesn't work that way.
So that's
So
why it is good to be always consistent in
very
your
consistent
treatment.
and
Okay.
patient
And
and
patient.
observant. So I teach selfies. I'm like, whenever you start something, selfie when you start it, selfie at 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, and look and see if you see progress. If you don't see any progress,
Okay.
then you may not be getting what you want out of that.
Oh, I
So,
see.
the changes show up so slowly. People don't usually notice them until someone else says something. Wow, your
Yeah.
skin's looking really good, and you're thinking it looks the same to me because you see it every day. So yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So it's very important to track your progress and make changes where you need to. If
Okay.
something's not working, it's not working. I don't care what you pay for it.
Okay. I see. So you don't suggest to keep it changing the products. Keep it consistent with some product as long as
Consistently.
it's working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, think dermatologist. If you are a doctor, if you've been to a medical doctor, dermatologist, every time you go in there, they don't hand you a different tube of something.
No,
You know,
yeah,
they want you to keep using this product to get
yes,
the result. And so I really have to impress that upon people, not to overspend. Because
yeah,
that's, you
okay,
know, again, the channel is I'm going to continue to do reviews because that's what I do. I'm going to pick things apart, tell you what works, what doesn't, why it works. And you may find a formulation that works better than another one.
yeah,
But if your skin is looking good and the product is working, why would you change?
I know. It's
You
so
know,
tempting to buy a new
it is
bottle.
tempting because it's the sell though. It's the sell
Oh,
that's getting you. It's how it's
yeah.
marketed to you that's getting you.
It is, yeah,
I'm all about ingredients. I mean, it's
yeah, I
really
know.
doesn't matter what you pay for something other than there may be more of an ingredient. It may be a
Oh,
stronger version because skin does acclimate as well. There are plateaus.
mm-hmm.
So you may get some relief, say melasma, we'll use that, or age spots. You may get some lightening using some of the products I'm talking about, and you're like, well, it could be better. So you might need something with hydroquinone in it, which you have to get prescription, at least in the US. So then you go to a muesli or agency online and do the consultation with or your dermatologist, and then they're going to give you prescription level strength products. That's how it should work. So
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be, I've got 55 things, 55 serums, But if you like the way something works and the way it smells, and you're happy with the price you pay and the company's customer service, why would you change?
Yeah, I was like attempted to get a new bottle, the look like and the smell, and then I go to facial. Oh, it smells so good. This mask. How would you have? And then I am the one who be caught on this bottle
Yeah.
and smell, the
Yeah.
chemical smells. I love it.
Yeah.
And I like to try new things.
And
But
there's nothing wrong with any of that. But there are people that get addicted to buying the skincare products they don't need.
yeah,
Like they don't need them. Why they'll buy discoloration serum when they don't have that problem. So
yeah.
it's like, just because I said it's good stuff, well, it is, but do you really need
But
that?
yeah, it's true. You have to make sure you just give advice. Don't have to buy
Right.
everything.
And then they'll say, well, I want to prevent it from happening, then wear your sunscreen. Because that's where all that comes from anyway.
Yes.
I tell people, they like, well, what difference does sunscreen make? It's like, all right, well, take a look at anything, your arms, your hands, your neck, anything that's been exposed, and then look at your behind, which should have been covered most of your life.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, really?
and your skin on your butt has not been exposed to the sun as much for most of us. So that's the difference.
It's true. It's a baby.
That's the
Yeah, it's
difference.
true.
Yeah. That's not different skin. It's the same skin from your back to your butt. But there's that line that's had
Yeah.
and you need some sun. So we don't
Yeah.
live underground. We are surface dwellers. So you need
Vitamin
some
C.
sun for the vitamin D, and your body knows what to do with it. It's when you bake in it,
Yeah.
and you get sunburns, which you don't want, and those type of
True.
things. So you need
Yeah.
some sun, but you need to wear sunscreen if you're going to be out in the sun all day. You know,
Yeah,
if you want to go sit in, you want to go sit and we used to be read the morning paper. That should tell you how old I am. If you want to go sit and check the news on your phone, I don't know why anybody would want to do that right now, but if you do, and you want to sit for 15 minutes out in the sun, you know,
yeah.
wear a hat, protect your face, and get some morning sun or late afternoon, it's good for you. It's
I
absolutely good for you.
ask your friends, Brazilian friends, what we used to we did in 20. Okay, I won't say the time, right? Back here a bit years ago in Brazil, especially in Rio, what we do, we get oil.
Oh, I know what you did. They
We
did that here. The oil up with iodine in it and all this stuff to look nice and bronze
on the
and red.
sun
Yeah.
and like as the stay as dark as you
I
can.
I can remember I never did that. You know, again, as a guy, it was not a thing. But I remember the ladies, the girls doing that. Baby oil mixed with
Big oil.
iodine and
Yeah,
slathering
you
that stuff
mix the
on.
oil and like
Yep.
it's dark. And
Yep.
I was going burn the right
Yeah.
now. If you do this right now, it's like you are. What are you doing? But at that
Yeah.
time, was
And
like no.
sunscreen was always right here
Yes,
on the
yes.
nose and under the eyes. I mean, yeah, I was alive then, remember? I was in my
And
20s. I was in my
yes,
20s in the 80s.
and you burn, and then you have to in Brazil because you need to have the mark. Not here in US, they don't like much, right? But in Brazil, we do the mark, and you just keep it checking if you have the mark, the dark and the lighter one was crazy. Right now, we don't do this anymore, but back then it was just like
Yeah,
you there must be as dark as you could to be dark, and it
right.
was
That's the
crazy,
thing.
crazy times.
Oh, yeah.
I Chris, we are almost done with our live. I want to say thank you so much for everything. Can you
Sure.
share any advice with us before you finish the live today?
Yeah, it's never too late to start taking care of your skin. No
It's true.
matter, and skin is very resilient and you can reverse a lot of sun damage. You can do a lot of things inexpensively to look better and feel better. So, you know, people like will say, well, it's too late for me. It's never too late. I mean, I have
Yeah,
people that watch the channel, they're in their 70s and they look great. So they're very, very on point about taking care of their skin and just being very consistent. And wear
yeah,
your sunscreen.
yeah. I do
Always wear your
every day.
sunscreen or
Yes,
protect your skin. If you're one of those, and I'm worried about sunscreen chemicals, then wear the big hat, wear the clothes, stay in the shade, except for that 10 or 15, up no more than 20 minutes in the morning or the evening. Daily is good. That
okay.
morning sun is really good for you. Also
Okay.
helps your circadian rhythm. It helps you sleep better as
Yes.
well.
Oh,
As long as you stay off the smartphone at night, you're gonna be good.
that's awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. It was
Sure.
very, very nice to talk to you today. I hope to talk to you soon, in the few months ahead, and see you maybe over there when I go back to Miami for see some friends.
Oh
I
yeah.
have a lot of friends over there too. When are you coming to LA? Are you coming to LA soon?
I'll be in California for Halloween, which is going to be interesting.
Uh,
So I'm in Palm Springs for Halloween and doing some. I usually film it there. I think I may even be doing something on a TV station while I'm there. Um, I used to be on their TV station a lot when I was had the book out, and
mhm.
then maybe I'll come back out there in November, and because I have some friends in LA that want me to come out there and talk to some of
That'd be
their folks. So
wonderful.
we was start to look at putting talks together where people
Oh, nice,
come and we do what we just did, but it's live and in person,
nice. And
and they can and they
come
can
to the
see me and go, "Oh, you really do look like that." I'm
Yes,
like,
yes, yes. Come to you are invited by me to come to the podcast, the studio, because you have a studio over here in Culver
all right.
City. So let me know when you come and let's schedule a podcast and try some products. I love to try the products too to talk
Oh, we
more.
could do that. We
Yeah,
could pull some things in, and you could have me guess what's in it, and
I
if I can
love to.
see if I can guess what's in there without like
That'd be
having to look at the label.
wonderful.
Yeah,
So November for sure. Come to the studio, bring other products. Let's try do some
sure.
skincare. Talk with everybody, and may have some models, some some guests with us in November. I love to. You're invited now.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Chris.
Of
Have a
course.
great Sunday. Good night. Thank you. Bye
You,
bye. Thanks for
bye
the
bye.
live. Bye, guys. Bye bye. Bye.